Vashawn, you know that case I was telling you all about yesterday, where the lady thought her husband was getting $30 million for the boyfriend?
Yes.
Here's the plot twist. The son said that his inheriting $30 million was a scam.
He doesn't have money?
No, he wasn't getting $30 million. Somebody scammed him into thinking they were getting $30 million. I wonder if they're going to charge the scammer for anything. All right, you entered a plea of no contest on September 19th to the offense of aggravated robbery. According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishments be assessed at a cap of 8 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine, and the state is silent on your application. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI report, state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, do you have any witnesses?
I do not.
All right, is this solely going to be argument from both sides?
It is, Judge.
Well, state, not from you.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the court will hear argument.
Judge, my client is 63 years old, and I know you got the PSI and he's got a whole bunch of prior cases listed on his, but I would point out that most of them are 30 and 40 years old.
Mhm.
The recent ones in San Antonio was the DWI a couple of years ago, but most everything is well before 2000. This incident happened. The statement from the victim was he wasn't injured. He displaced his shoulder or something with a little scuffle he had. My client's position all along was this was a scuffle over money that was owed him. My guy was a contractor. My client worked for him, and the guy was 27 that he worked for. I think my guy's 63, and I know sometimes these guys try to rip people off. My guy living at VA with the VA. Apparently, my guy, according to the victim, had a knife, displayed a knife. There's no indication he used it. And his injury.
Just 1 second. Hi, we're having problems. That's okay. Go ahead.
His injury was from the displaced shoulder. All this stuff is in the report, and I think the victim has verified what I've just told you about that. My client understands deferred adjudication consequences of messing up. He's been in San Antonio for about 7 years, came from New Jersey, and he's worked in construction, various jobs when he gets with contractors. He's been to the VA for mental health, I think, at one time. He's got possibly lung cancer. He's got emphysema, some lung problems. He tells me he joined the Mormon Church about a year ago.
Okay. Can you explain to me about because in the police report, the suspect is saying, I'm sorry, the complainant is saying that your client took $250 from him and it was in a chase envelope. And then when the police came upon your client, he had the $250, but the chase envelope was on the ground.
Yeah, that's correct. That's where the robbery comes in. Now, that's where he says, my client's whole position the whole time was the guy owed me $600. He paid me $250 of the $600, and that's all he paid me. That's what the scuffle was about. And he took the money, the $250 that the guy allegedly gave him, and left the truck and was walking away, took the money out and dropped the envelope. So that's my understanding of the facts, and reading between the lines, that could well be true. My client, though, is taking responsibility and it's played no contest to this. And I'm asking the court to give him defer. He's 63. He's got medical problems. He hasn't been in trouble for a very long time, except for that DWI. He has been employed. He's not a, he's not a burden on society, I don't think, and I don't think he's a violent individual. Doesn't seem to be. So I would ask you to give him probation. I would ask him if he would like to address the court. Would you like to address the court? Would you like to tell the judge anything?
Yes.
All right, you want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Alberto Soto.
All right, so just so you know, that the state will be allowed to cross-examine you if they feel that you are not, or if you're veering outside what is deemed to be facts. You understand?
Mhm.
All right. What would you like to say?
Right now, my lungs are in really bad shape, and I'm taking medicines for it. I get a CT scan every 2 months.
All right, do you want to say anything about why you're
No.
here?
Yeah, because of the case. It was just an argument between me and my boss, and it was stupid. I know, and I just want to apologize for it.
What was the argument about?
About the money he owed me from work.
All right. And how long had you been working for him?
About a month and a half.
How had he paid you in the past?
In cash.
How did he pay you in the past?
He only paid me one time
No, but how did he
Oh,
pay you?
in cash.
In cash?
Yes.
And what work were you doing for him?
I was doing tape and float and sheetrock.
And so what was your agreed upon contract with him?
I was doing $17 an hour, and I had worked that week 6 days, 5 days. I missed on Friday. And man, he owed me for 5 days. He only gave me for 2 days.
So how much money did he give you for 2 days?
$250. And then we wound up arguing about the rest of the money.
So you had been working for him for a month, you say, and he's only paid you $250 total?
No, he paid me the week before what he owed me.
Mhm.
And he also held back a week. So he held back a week. So really he owes me for like 2 weeks
Mhm.
right now. So they took the $250 off me and gave it back to him.
All right, where did the knife come in?
I didn't have a knife.
So you're saying you never pointed a knife at him?
No,
Do you want a jury trial?
no.
But you're taking responsibility.
I'm taking responsibility for this.
All right, because if you're saying there was never a knife, then I will give you a jury trial if you wish to have a jury trial.
No, ma'am. I'm taking responsibility for this.
All right, any questions from the state?
Mr. Ross said that you're not a violent person. Was this a violent incident?
Not really.
You don't think so? Okay. Can you tell the court why you think you'd be a good candidate for deferred?
I'm 62 years old. I'm a Mormon. I go to church every Sunday. I've been baptized Mormon for over a year now. And it was just stupid mistake that we had. It was just an argument. And it will never happen again. This is the first time I ever had a violent incident with anybody.
I'm gonna ask you, you've been here in San Antonio for about 7 years, you tell me.
Yes,
Have you been employed most of this time?
yes.
And what do you do? Tell the judge.
I renovate houses. I've also worked at the Marriott over here in South. So
You work for contractors.
for
right?
contractors, yeah. So,
And if you're given probation, you're gonna go back to work.
oh yeah, I'm going back to work. I usually I'll have a job within 2 weeks.
And where are you gonna live at?
Right now I'm staying with the veterans at the GI Forum, North Medina.
What, are you a veteran?
Yes, ma'am. I'm an ex-Marine.
Was he? Vashawn, could you see if Veterans Treatment Court could come down and speak to him? All right, we're going to come back on this. I'm going to see what Veterans Treatment Court has to say. So just give us a moment. All right, Mr. Soto, we're going to come back on December 5th.
Okay.
All right, so what's going to end up happening is the persons from Veterans Treatment Court, you're going to stay in custody. They're going to speak to you to see maybe if you're eligible for their program. If you're not eligible for their program, they're going to give me other options. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If I were to make a decision on your case right now, I don't have any options. So it's best that I have options in your case. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have any questions about anything?
No, ma'am.
All right, just make sure that when the VA, when they come to, VA, Veterans Treatment Court, when they come to speak to you, that you talk to them, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we'll bring you back on December 5th, and at that time, I'll make my decision.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
I'm with the band. I'm taking 200 and something kids to Indianapolis, Judge, and I'm the head chaperone. So
Oh, my gosh,
Pray for
and I
me.
know you, but I know you will chaperone well. Nothing will happen on your
it
watch.
will not.
All right,
All right. Thank you.
22 CR 8049, State of Texas versus Stephanie Clyde.
For present, Your Honor.
All right, can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Travis Banks from the state of Texas.
Defense,
Ricardo Briones for Stephanie, please.
and you on this side. And how do you pronounce your last name?
Leave now.
All right. And are you Stephanie Clee? And state's motion of supplement pending motion to revoke community supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Stephanie Clee who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 8049 for the offense of theft under $2,500 and hence on September 22nd, 2022 for a period of 3 years?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Honor about, violating condition number 2, honor about the 18th day of May 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Stephanie Clee, did then and there fail to submit to drug testing as directed by the court officer, supervision officer, and or a duly authorized agent of the court in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True. And the state will waive and abandon the other allegations.
Any objections to the waivers?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to $1,000 fine and 1 year in the state jail facility?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 2 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is recommending that the conditions be, to deny the motion and that the conditions be altered and amended for a 6 months extension of the community supervision and a 30-day jail sanction with credit for time served. And she has been in jail the last 30 days and a BIPP course. And taking that into consideration, the state is making a motion to dismiss night mag number 719294.
7192. And what is that offense?
That's a assault family second offense.
And who is the complainant in that case?
Her name is Laura.
Laura Sabatino, Your Honor.
Nora?
Laura, Laura, and I just spoke with her, and she is aware of this situation.
Okay, and what's the last name?
Sabatino, Sabatino.
All right. Are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, yes.
You
ma'am.
can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Stephanie Clee,
All right, who is Laura Sabatino to you?
she is my partner, girlfriend.
All right. And do you currently live with her?
Yes, ma'am.
And does she want her living with her?
I believe she does. Yes, Your Honor.
So I realize y'all are taking that in consideration, but part of my job is to make sure that everyone is protected. So with regards to that case, were there any injuries?
There was some redness, not serious injuries or anything.
All right. Was there alcohol or anything involved with that?
I don't believe there's immediate evidence that there was alcohol involved.
All right. Why are you doing poorly on probation? Because there are other allegations that the state could have proceeded on and they did not. So why are you doing poorly? Why are you not taking your drug testing?
Your Honor, I was taking care of my father and I had a lot of stress and I didn't have a vehicle at the time. So it was hard getting around.
Did you call probation and tell them that?
Yes, ma'am.
So you called and told them, I'm not going to do drug testing because I'm taking care of my father and there are other issues I have going on?
Well, no, ma'am, but I did keep in contact with my probation officer and let her know that I did not have a vehicle, but I did show up, on time.
Are you employed?
I do Uber and DoorDash right now. That's what
All
I
right.
was doing.
No, were you employed July 2nd, 2023,
No, ma'am.
September?
Yes, the end of September.
All right. So how much were you being paid?
Not much. I was doing just maybe 2 days a week. So
Why didn't you take the VIA bus?
Excuse me?
Why didn't you take the VIA bus to probation? VIA, when I was riding VIA, I think it was $1. They may have gone up to $2.
Yes, ma'am.
That's cheaper than gas. So why didn't you go and do your UA with probation? Because when people don't do UAs in court, that tells me that there's a drug issue going on, because otherwise you would do your UAs.
Well, the ones I did take, I was negative.
Mhm.
I know what you're saying, though, Your Honor. Yes, with all due respect.
So you've given me no excuses for why I should follow this agreement. You picked up a new case. The state is taking it into consideration. And you're not doing your UAs. Has she done anything?
I would like to point out, Your Honor, her last office visit to probation was July 24th of 2023. So since July, I don't know how long she's been in custody, but we haven't had any office visits with her. We don't have one, looking at it, one UA on file on that one was negative. As far as fees is concerned, there's not been any fees. There's no fees that she paid on.
Your Honor, can I say something?
Just 1 second.
Yes, ma'am.
It indicates she hasn't registered from the best course. She would be did her TAP evaluation, and she has not been registered yet to the IOP because of the
Excuse me. You need to be paying attention to what you have not been doing. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Otherwise, you can pay attention at the state jail facility, wondering how I got here. All right. So what else?
Have not enrolled her into the IOP because of the Wisconsin. And then it doesn't indicate she provided proof of employment.
All right. So do you need an updated TAP or no?
And I'm sorry, Judge, all of the community services are still outstanding.
So do you need an updated TAP?
No, we can use the TAP that we have on file.
All right. And there appears that there was something you wanted to say?
Your Honor, yes, I did complete the first theft class. That should be on record, but the other one was like $300 and I was working on completing that. And I will do my community service. I will be on top of that. And I will do better. I promise, Your Honor.
All right. The court will deny the motion, alter them in conditions, extend her for a year. You're to enroll in the BIPP course no later than see what the calendar gives us. No later than November 13th. There's to be no contact with Laura Sabatino. There's a 30-day jail sanction. And the court will show that that's been satisfied. Take in consideration NIMAC number 719294. And she's to enroll an IOP no later then November 9th. And is there anything else that she needs to enroll in immediately, probation?
Honor, enrolling her in IOP for 9 may not be possible, but we could get, the process started by November
All right.
9th.
All right. And you're going to do 90 sober support meetings in 90 days. And if Miss Laura Sabatino wants to have contact with you, then she'll need to come into the court to express that to the court.
Your Honor, she's here now. I don't know if you want to talk to her now. From what I understand is that they live together. They help take care of her elderly father. She's power of attorney of her 76-year-old father who needs help on his day-to-day activities. Laura Sabatino's now, if you'd like to talk to her, I'm sure she would love to change that to no harmful or injurious contact. If you want to talk to her another day,
Yeah, we'll have to set it for another day because I don't have any police reports or any facts on that. But if you'll set that with Miss Ferguson, we'll get it on the docket as soon as possible. We'll probably be able to get it on the docket for next week. All right. And then if we'll set it next week, then we can do a check-in on how she's doing. Norma, can you recall this for November? What date would be better?